Dylan, first of all, it's been a while. Great seeing you, my man.
Great seeing you too, Charles. Happy to be here.
Yeah, let's talk about this because Larry Fink, he is like, they say when people become believers, when they're non-believers and they become believers, they become staunch believers. Like, he's bought into this big time.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the reality here is that Bitcoin, it's $1.5 trillion today. This is a $100 trillion idea. This is a $100 trillion technology. Money itself is the biggest total addressable market in the world. And bonds, stocks, real estate have all sort of been monetized in a world where the dollar, the euro, the yen can't work as a store of value. So Bitcoin, Wall Street is starting to understand that this is not just a speculative asset to punt around. This is something that should be in every core portfolio, in every retirement account, in every pension, in every young investor's portfolio, in every corporate balance sheet. So this is still early days for Bitcoin, and it's great to see people like Larry Fink waking up.
Yeah, let's talk about that corporate side of it. We're going to put up a chart of micro strategies since the adoption of Bitcoin in August of 2020. It's been an absolute monster. And every time I see it go up, I think about Michael Saylor and the slings and arrows that he took. You say, though, that now the whole corporate finance part of this story is the biggest part of the story, and that very few understand it. So help us understand this part that Michael Saylor picked up early on, but still so few don't know or understand.
Well, I have to give you credit, and you've had Michael on a few times and have done a great job covering the story over the years. So big props there. But yeah, on MicroStrategy, right? This MicroStrategy and the Bitcoin strategy they adopted in August of 2020 has outperformed 500 out of 500 S&P 500 stocks since that time, right? It's outperformed everything on the planet, including NVIDIA, right? So this is the biggest story in corporate finance, how a $1 billion NASDAQ business intelligence company just changed their unit of account and has become a $36 billion market cap in 4 years. Right, and so this idea that dilution is the scariest thing in the world, Saylor and MicroStrategy's playbook flipping it on its head, where shareholders cheer every time new stock is issued, new convertible debt is issued to buy additional Bitcoin. It started as a defensive, protective strategy to hedge against the COVID stimulus, and has since turned into an offensive strategy, where Bitcoin and the volatility that so many people for so many years said was something to avoid at all costs, MicroStrategy and Saylor are leveraging that volatility to their advantage. Right? They have the lowest cost of capital out of anybody on the planet, borrowing billions of dollars for 82 basis points.
Wow.
Right? So this is really not understood. It's still early days, remarkably so, and I think Saylor and MicroStrategy continue chugging on from here.
Hey, I got less than a minute to go. Ethereum, people still talk about that. Not much, though, about the other cryptocurrencies. Are there other areas in this space that should be explored, or is it really just a Bitcoin world?
For me, there's Bitcoin and everything else. The other things are tech bets, venture bets. You can kind of think of them. Yeah, I would say venture. More or less. Money is an entirely different asset class, and I think just the performance or the inflows of the Bitcoin ETFs compared to the Ethereum ETFs paints a clear picture. I think a lot of institutional allocators kind of see the same thing, right? There's N+1 smart contract platform competitors. The moat that was perceived to be there for the Ethereums, the Solanas, people are increasingly starting to realize that moat doesn't really exist versus Bitcoin, right? We're comparing Bitcoin to gold. We're comparing Bitcoin to the bond market, to real estate. And I think more and more investors realize that in terms of digital assets, digital capital, it's a class of its own.
It certainly is. Hey, you too, my man. It's been far too long. Thanks a lot, Dylan.
Appreciate it, Charles. Thanks.